The action is intense. The air is massive. The rookies are fearless. The rivalries are renewed. And that's just week one. This week, the Renegade Elite come face-to-face with industry legends for a battle in the Buckeye state. So grab a seat and get ready. The Renegades are set to run wide open in Ohio next.
Monster Trucks!
Welcome, Renegade Monster Truck fans, to one of the best-kept secrets in motorsports, the Washington County Fairgrounds in Marietta, Ohio. This legendary facility has hosted some great monster truck action over the years, but nothing quite like the Renegade Monster Trucks. We're already down with one show. That show was awesome, some huge air in racing, and your overall victory went to Rick Steffens in Samson. He's now carrying the checkered flag. He took that away from Leon Hostetter in Master of Disaster. Now, speaking of Master of Disaster, the teammate to that truck right behind me. Come on in here, Joe. Now, the last edition of the Renegade Monster Truck Tour we brought you full coverage from featured this guy getting some of the biggest hang time I think we've ever seen, not only for you, for this truck, but also that fairground in Gilbert, Pennsylvania had ever seen. It looked so violent in the cab, but you said it wasn't that bad.
Yeah, we just kind of sent it there. We got the green light from Zane. Been working on some things all this first quarter with the truck, and it absorbed it. It sucked it up, and I'm not afraid to sky it out. It really goes back to this Ratu Motorsports team and faith in your mechanics and all that sort of stuff plays a huge factor in it too. So just pretty excited.
And then a little bit different course this week, which is good for you because you like to change it up a little bit. You've been doing the 2-jump with the roller and then the long no man's land. This time in no man's land, there's a little rocket ramp. Yeah. You got a chance to drive on it, but now you've got a truck that will go down the track. So do you feel comfortable enough on the track itself?
Yeah, I think so. I knew as soon as I went out for best trick that there was something wrong. There was no drive off the front. Third member broke. But again, if anything proved to us last year, sometimes you just got to ante up and drive a broken truck and get through a show and put on as best as you can for the fans. I feel like freestyle, we carried our momentum, made a couple good hits, stood the truck up on its nose. There's really no reason other than me, and hopefully this weather holds off for us not to get some victories.
And you finally got to see the Samson truck, the new Samson truck go on the track. It's not the first time you've seen a Samson truck, but he's got a target on his back now. But I think from all of you, not just you, I know you like to win races, but Rick is definitely going to have the rest of you coming after him now.
Yeah. Well, that's for sure, and they're not your average independent team, coming from the Patrick shop. They show up at a race, whether it's a new truck or a used truck. Their used trucks are just as nice as their new trucks. Very well maintenance program over there. They're never going to come with broken stuff and not, be prepared. So I think the best thing going for me is I don't come from this industry, so I kind of know some of the names. I know some of them. We have a couple new drivers this year. Wouldn't say starstruck, but they're well more in their heads than I am. So I just kind of go out and do my thing.
We're going to let you get back to work because I know they're about to wrap up pit party, and since this baby's fixed, I know you're going to pull it to the track. And it's my great honor because we're going to do things a little bit different this week. I'm going to be down here kind of keeping track of things in the pits and trackside, but standing by with the live call of today's event, it's my great honor to say, let's send it over to Matt and Scott. Guys, take it away.
And we are back again. It is the second event with the Renegade Monster Truck Tour here in Marietta. What's good, everybody? My name is Matt Isbell, and I'm honored to have him back again. Mr. Scott Douglas is hanging out here in Marietta as my co-host for the live event and part of this production as well. Scott, we had a great event, this afternoon with the Renegade Monster Truck Tour. Some truck problems, but I feel like a lot of these drivers are out for revenge right now.
They are, and it was a really intense, between the events break. Wasn't a break because the crews were working, thrashing, and everybody thinks they're 100% ready to go tonight. Great crowd in here despite it being a little bit chilly, and they're going to get a great show, I guarantee it.
Absolutely, Scott. Now, we saw a lot of great action, but Who stood out from you from the last event when we were here with the Renegade Monster Truck Tour in Marietta?
Well, you got to start with Samson. I mean, they just keep going on and on and on. And, Rick Steffen and Allie and Dan Patrick in the pits. It was so great to have the legend here. And boy, that new truck it rolled off fast. It was, dominant in racing and was strong everywhere across the line. Won the overall event, and somebody's going to have to step up to get Samson tonight.
Someone's definitely going to step up, but I think freestyle was everyone's going to come out and put it all on the line because, he wasn't in the last event, but he's here now. Stinger Unleashed is coming out to the track, and we're just waiting on more. Who the driver's going to be. We don't even know who the driver's going to be yet for that.
Yeah, but we got a pretty good idea, and if Zane does hop in that, he just, we know his reputation, especially in freestyle, but really in every competition. But they've got options, and so we'll see. But Stinger Unleashed is in the park tonight.
It's going to be a great night of action here with the Renegade Monster Truck Tour. We're going to send it back up to see our field of trucks.
Thanks, Matt. And that field will start with a new addition to the tour, Jerry Beck, driving his other truck. He blew the drop box out of Dirt Crew last time out. He'll be driving Quad Chaos here in Marietta. Then it's the young upstart, former Wayne's Towing and Recovery Mini driver Colton Kaiser out of Indianapolis, Indiana. He was impressive in Gilbert. We'll see what he can do here in Marietta. Then Joe Lockhart, the former dirt track and motocross racer out of Oil City, Pennsylvania, at the wheel of the Schroeder torsion bars, barely tame. He's won racing once this year. He's due an overall. Then it's the patriarch of the Ratu Motorsports clan, Zane Ratu, out of Lancaster, Pennsylvania, driving the ATI Performance Products Stinger Unleashed. Last time we saw him, he was on his head. Tonight, he's looking for victory. Up next, it's the guy who had the checkered flag coming into Marietta, Leon Hostetter in Master of Disaster. Leon did well during the first show here in Ohio, but struggled in freestyle with mechanical problems. He's looking to get the checkers back this time around. And finally, it's the guy who took the flag away from Master of Disaster, the brand new, fresh out of the box, bicep clad Buckeye bowtie, Rick Steffens, driving Samson, the home state favorite, from right down the road in Circleville, Ohio. So we're just about to get the event underway here. I'll be updating you on the points throughout the night as the competition goes on. In the meantime, let's send it back up to the front stretch with Matt and Scott.
That's much better. Welcome to the Renegade Monster Truck Tour. One more time, I'm Matt Isbell. This is Scott Douglas. We are your live event hosts here tonight. Combined together, we have over 40 years of monster truck knowledge that we're going to try and give you fans here tonight. Right, Scott?
What we're really going to do is just try and kind of be fans just like you, because the action on the track is going to be incredible. Great competitors. And again, the Renegade Monster Truck Tour now going all over the country, going to be lasting for months and months, and the competition is just intense everywhere we go. And, boy, I know every one of these guys is fired up to look up and see all these fans in the stands tonight. Yeah, they're going to let it rip.
Well, right now what we like to do is go over with you what we like to call our Renegade Rundown. 3 competitions with our Renegade Monster Truck Superstars. The first competition is actually one of my favorites because it's very different from a lot of tours you see. It's the best trick competition. Each of our driver will come out here on the track and do their best 2 tricks on the track. And Scott, what kind of tricks can we see from these drivers?
Well, we're going to see, I'm sure we're going to see a lot of wheelies and some air tricks. We're going to see some attempts at some stoppies and see if they can get a little hang time on the front 2 wheels. Track's a little sticky, maybe a little tough, but we'll find out. I'm sure somebody will give it a shot.
Absolutely, and here's the best part. Each of those competitions like that are judged by 2 professional judges on a scale of 1 to 10, with a total combined score of 20 points. But there's a strict rule here. Like I said, they get 2 attempts. Those first 2 attempts are what is going to count. If they do a 3rd attempt or a 4th attempt, that's for you, the fans. That's for you guys. The first 2 attempts will be scored. And then after that, we're going to go to side-by-side monster truck racing. And Scott, let's talk about monster truck racing. We have an awesome course.
Yeah, this takes me back to the old days. For those of you who are familiar with my early days and a lot of the fairground stuff that we used to do on tough tracks back in the day, this is one of those types of tracks. It's long, it's fast, it's got the triple jumps in there. The biggest key is to get yourself over the first 2 and be able to nail that last jump, because those cars, when you fly across the cars, that takes you across the finish line. Bracket-style racing until we have one winner.
Absolutely right. We're going to bring back a fast loser, which we'll talk about more in just a little bit with the Renegade Monster Truck Racing. And then everyone's favorite, Scott, Monster Truck Freestyle here tonight. But we do it way different. No time limits. And that's where these trucks fans get to come out here and they get to do their best tricks, no time limit. Again, 2 professional judges, but Scott, all leads to one thing, and that's the overall event champion.
Yeah, and that's based on the overall event champion doesn't have to necessarily win any event because you gather points in each one of them, and it's a combined total for all 3 monster truck competitions that will determine tonight's Renegades Monster Truck Tour champion. I can't wait. I'm having fun just standing here. I hope you guys are too. It's going to be a blast all night because it's just getting started. It's going to get better all night long.
And you know what? On that note, Scott, I'm going to let you wrap this Renegade Roundup up.
Well, if I got to wrap it up, there's only one way I can think to wrap it up, and that's to ask you folks a question. Marietta, who's ready for the Renegade Monster Trucks?
Here comes Rick Steffens, your overall event champion at Samson.
Remember, only the first 2 hits counted for his score. Those last couple were just for you Ohio fans. From one of your own from Circleville, Rick Steffens. The total score is a 13 from the 2 judges out of a possible 20. So that is the number that everybody's going to try to top.
Here comes Zane Ritu and Stinger Unleashed.
Some noise for Zane Ritu and Stinger Unleashed. Again, he scored on his first 2 hits, but he brought plenty more to the table. Let's hear it for Zane Ritu, Stinger Unleashed.
Scores are in for Stinger Unleashed. Zane Ritu, the score is a 16. We have a new leader. Zane Ritu and Stinger Unleashed is your leader here in the Best Trick competition. We're not done yet. We still have more monster trucks to go.
Ready to fire the next for the Best Trick competition. Barely Tame coming out. Joe Lockhart, Barely Tame. Let him hear you, Joe Lockhart and Barely Tame. Score of your leader is Stinger Unleashed. The judges scored with a 16. The scores are in for Barely Tame. The score for Barely Tame is a 15. That'll put him in second place. 16 is still the top number. Saint Ratu and Stinger Unleashed on top.
We still have more monster trucks to go. Here comes the 18-year-old Colton Kaiser Pretty Wicked.
From Indianapolis, Colton Kaiser and Pretty Wicked. The scores from the judges, a 13 for Pretty Wicked.
13 for Pretty Wicked, but I think we still have more Renegade Monster trucks to go.
Movement in the pits. They've been working on Quad Chaos, and it is his time, so let's see. Let me hear you, Jerry Becky, Quad Chaos. Again, very, very competitive. The scores from the two judges for Quad Chaos, a total of 14 out of a possible 20. Now the question is, Matt, is Master of Disaster ready to go? They've been struggling with a fuel issue.
Looks like, here he comes.
All right. Leon Hostetter, last week's winner, Master of Disaster. Obviously still not 100% right, but coming out, giving you what he's got. So Got to give him credit. He came out, gave everything he's got to keep working on it. Nice air on that one for Leon Hostetter and Master of Disaster. The judges' scores for Master of Disaster, a total of 11. And that means the winner of the best trick competition is Zane Ritu and Stinger Unleashed.
Zane Ritu and Stinger Unleashed taking that best trick competition win. What a great way to start. But Scott, we're going to continue on, and it's time to bring out the Rippers. And side-by-side racing now. Qualifying is done. The pairs have been made. It's time for some side-by-side road Ripper action. But here we go, our first matchup. Side Chick taking out Wildflower. Megan May taking out Richard Kramer, Scott.
Boy, they're pretty much even to the first turn now. Side Chick opens up a little bit. Let's see if she can get the Wildflower uncranked into the final turn.
Here they come around that final turn. Oh, it's close. Who's it gonna be? Side Chick is your winner. Side Chick going to the next round.
Our next pair coming to the line now. Chris Helm behind the wheel of Risky Business. That's the white truck leading the way. Again, the winner of this race will move into the semifinals and have to take on a very strong-looking Side Chick in the semifinals. But right now, again, Risky Business, the white truck. Renegade Road Rippers, round one, racing side by side. And you can see when they both turn together, there's not room for two of them, and they have to do a little muscling. And oh, right there, a little bit of contact. And that seemed to take the momentum away from Risky Business. The young gun getting the victory. So young gun had to use the old short track, bump and run move there, Matt, and it worked.
You're absolutely right, Scott. And we're getting out with our next pair, Hitchhiker's Ride and Twisted Metal. Hitchhiker's Ride, driven by Matt Boyer, and then Twisted Metal, driven by Zach Radio. Who's going to take this victory? Side-by-side racing.
Boy, they are tight here. This one may go all the way down the wire, but how they handle this turn is going to tell us a lot. And that gives the advantage to Hitchhiker's Ride, and he's going to carry it all the way to the end.
Hitchhiker's Ride moves on to the next round in our semifinals. And then here comes our last pair. It is Loose Nut. Crazy name for a truck still. Mike Cunningham taking on Flipside with David Pilichowski. David Pilichowski taking him on. We're going to see what happens here. Flipside has been a great driver on this tour so far here with the Renegade Monster Truck Tour. We are off to the races here. Oh, Loose Nut cut the turn. Your winner will be Flipside. Loose Nut cut that turn. But I don't know about you fans. I'm ready for some monster truck racing. What do you say?
Now, first race is coming to the line. In round one, there will be 3 races. The 3 winners will advance into the second round, or into the semifinals. But the semifinals needs 4 trucks. So what we'll also do is, of the 3 losers in this first round, whoever is fastest will also advance to the semifinals to give us our final 4. Great matchup coming up right off the bat. On the inside lane, or the lane closest to you, our winner of the best trick competition, Zane Ritu and Stinger Unleashed. And toward the infield of the track, that's that 18-year-old youngster who's been turning a lot of heads, Colton Kaiser and Pretty Wicked. Let's go racing!
Gives them the thumbs up. The kid got him, Scott. Colt Kaiser, Pretty Wicked.
Now that was a fast race. Stinger Unleashed may not be done in racing because remember, the fastest loser out of this round also comes back. But we know Pretty Wicked and Colton Kaiser has advanced into the semifinals, and he's got to love that, being able in his first year as a rookie, taking out a top-level monster truck star who's been all over the country and beating some of the best.
Scott, not even that. He just took out his boss.
Well, that's true.
And now you get to take out your boss, to take out one of the best drivers in the country, but this is going to be a great matchup coming up next. Rick Steffens, who was our racing champion this afternoon, taking on Jerry Beck at Quad Chaos. They're both great racers, but as a brand new piece for Samson, Rick Steffens and Samson, here we go.
Wow, what Quad Chaos got off to a bad start and closed fast. Problem for him is Samson had already built such a big lead. Your winner is Circleville, Ohio's Rick Steffens and Samson. One more race will make up round one.
One more race is going to be MOD and Barely Tame. My brackets are all screwed up here. That's all right. Jerry Beck at Quad Chaos is your fast loser at the moment. It looks like you had the fastest run of the event so far, but we got one more race to go. But who will it be? And Scott, coming up next, this is a classic matchup, classic monster trucks in round number one here, Scott.
Boy, you do. These go back, if you're a fan, the history of these trucks goes back 3 decades as Barely Tame and Master of Disaster pull to the starting line. And it's just new versions of both, and you're seeing it right here at the Washington County Fairgrounds.
And I'm excited to see it. Leon Hustetter, can he do it? And Joe Lockhart, Barely Tame. He's been racing tracks his whole life, but not just in monster trucks, go-karts, motocross, and more. So he's got the motorsports experience. What's he got to do? Here we go.
Your winner, Joe Lockhart and Barely Tame.
So we now have our semifinal matchup. What it's going to be is Quad Chaos is our fast loser, actually. He had the fastest time. So it'll be Quad Chaos taking on Samson in our semifinals, and then Pretty Wicked will take on Barely Tame. Those are going to be 2 great matchups. That one. But we're going in our semifinals. Are you fans ready? Here we go. Let's line them up side by side.
All right, we'll pull them to the line. The winner of this race goes into the finals. How many of you think the winner's going to be Quad Chaos? And who says the winner's going to be Samson?
Your winner heading into our Renegade Finals is Samson. Samson is heading in to our Renegade Monster Truck Tour Racing Finals. But we have one more pair to go before we get into our Racing Championship. Pretty Wicked taking on Barely Tame. Who do you think, Scott? Who do you think he got in this? We got 2 great drivers in this field.
The interesting thing is going to be to see now how the kid handles it. 18 years old, pretty wicked. Remember, he saw that flicker in the light and just took off, and he comes out and he knocks off Stinger Unleashed. Well, now he's going to pull to the line again, maybe giving away a little inexperience, but boy, this kid is full of confidence, and I got to believe that first round race gave him a lot more.
Absolutely, especially when you get to take out a driver like Stinger Unleashed in round 1. I am excited to see who's going to advance to our finals and take on Rick Steffens and Samson.
Your winner, Joe Lockhart and Barely Tame.
Joe Lockhart and Barely Tame here with the Renegade Monster Truck Tour advances to our racing final. And it's going to be an incredible racing final. Who will move on and become our racing champion? And Scott, Rick Steffens and Samson, he's on a roll since this afternoon. The racing competition, he just doesn't stop.
Brand new truck, hadn't been beaten yet in racing.
And that's the crazy thing. When you have a brand new truck, you have a lot of bugs to work out. Yep. I feel like they haven't had any bugs to work out on this truck.
Well, you know, Rick and his wife Allison, but it's all part of the legendary Dan Patrick Enterprises. Dan Patrick's in the pits tonight. Love that. They have built so many legendary trucks for more than 30 years. So if anybody's going to be able to build a truck that rolls out ready to go, it's going to be that team from Patrick, and certainly Rick looks good.
Here comes our first driver to the line. He hails from Seneca, Pennsylvania, looking for that awesome racing final win. It is Joe Lockhart and Barely Tame.
And his opponent on the inside lane toward the center of the track, representing the team more than 30 years, the scourge of monster truck racing all over the world. Put your hands together for Circleville, Ohio's own Rick Steffens and Samson. Wow, what a race, man.
That was the best race of the weekend, all weekend.
And we'll be seeing that all over the internet highlights. I just looking at it.
I mean,
frame by frame, it is literally inches apart.
It is that close. Nick had to show us frame by frame, and it's going to be all over the internet. Your winner is Joe Lockhart and Barely Tame.
He's coming up. Come on, make some noise for your racing winner, Joe Lockhart, Barely Tame. Joe's been battling week in and week out for the third time. He grabs the racing victory, the racing final victory. And boy, that one was sweet because Samson just has been looking almost dominant all day, but you got him, and he didn't mess up. That was a great race. Inches. We're going to take a look on the video later, but it was inches apart. Congratulations.
Awesome. You know, I know Samson doesn't mess around. He's strongest at racing. That's what they come for. They're big power. My motor's got a hole blown through the side of the blower. My team absolutely deserves this. We changed an entire third member between shows. Just can't say enough about the Ratu Motorsports team. My owners, Zane and Lindsay, for giving me this opportunity. We're traveling the country till Halloween, man, and to be surrounded by these guys and everything, and to do so well against top trucks in the industry is just something to be said.
How about this crowd here tonight in Marietta? They're on fire, brother.
Yeah, you know, when I landed over here after racing, I heard you guys, and I'm like, you know what, let's celebrate. Let's bust a donut out there, and I could hear you. So you guys get loud, we'll get crazy and freestyle. I mean, my truck owners burn this truck down every night, so.
There you go. Let's hear it for your racing winner, Joe Lockhart and Barely Tame.
What a great final, and we're just getting started, fans. Right now, at this time, we are going to take a short intermission with the Renegade Monster Truck Tour.
The Renegades return to the Selinsgrove Speedway in Selinsgrove, Pennsylvania, May 29th at 7 p.m. for the Renegade Monster Truck Tour. Come see all the best trick, racing, and freestyle action, featuring world-famous monster trucks such as Pennsylvania's own Stinger Unleashed, Pretty Wicked, Master of Disaster, Saigon Shaker, and more. Also, witness some of the coolest kids in the nation in the Wayne's Towing and Recovery mini monster trucks, as well as the brand new Renegade Road Rippers. Tickets start at just $10 and are on sale now. It all kicks off at 4 p.m. with the Kids Fun Zone, a bounce house, and you can ride in a real 12,000-pound monster truck. Engines fire at 7 o'clock. Don't wait. Get your discounted tickets now at monstersinselinsgrove.com before it's too late. Come see the Renegades. Due to high demand, the Renegade Monster Truck Tour is adding a second event to the Selinsgrove Speedway in Selinsgrove, Pennsylvania, Sunday, May 30th at 12:30 p.m. Come see all the action, including best trick, racing, and freestyle, featuring Renegade Monster Truck superstars such as Stinger Unleashed, Barely Tame, Saigon Shaker, and more, plus an appearance by me, Scott Douglas. Also, witness some of the coolest kids in the nation in the Wayne's Towing and Recovery mini monster trucks, as well as the brand new Renegade Road Rippers. Gates open at 10 a.m. with a Kids Fun Zone, a bounce house, and you can ride in a real 12,000-pound monster truck. Engines fire at 12:30 p.m. Don't wait. Get your tickets now at monstersinselinsgrove.com before it's too late.
Zane Ritu letting Colton Kaiser know how proud he was of that popper that he pulled off during the best trick competition. This is the first time they've really gotten a chance to take a breath since the event started. As we get ready to wrap up our intermission here, going to update you on how the points look going toward freestyle. Barely Tame sitting on top, but only by 5 points, just over Zane Ritu in the ATI Performance Products Stinger Unleashed. Then it's Samson with 40 points, just 10 off the top. He's tied with Quad Chaos and Jerry Beck for third and fourth. And then it's Pretty Wicked and Master of Disaster rounding out the field. Right now, it looks like it's going to be a 4-truck race for that overall in freestyle, and they've dragged a few more obstacles out here onto the track. Before we get back to action, our Road Rippers will be warming things back up here in just a minute, but I wanted to talk to you about something you'll see each and every time you come out to the Renegade Monster Truck Tour events, and that is the Wayne's Towing and Recovery Minis. Some of the top kids in the nation at the wheel of some of the coolest little machines. You will see $50,000 invested in each of these awesome Wayne's Towing and Recovery Minis, part of the Ritu Motorsports Camp. We've had some others come out and run with us, but as I said before, Colton Kaiser came out of that very class. And these guys and gals are always ready to heat things up as the night goes on with the Renegade Monster Truck Tour. That's the update from down here on the infield. We're going to send it back up to the front stretch with Matt Isbell and Scott Douglas. Guys, take it away.
So we're going to get ready to come back, and we're coming back with our Renegade Road Rippers, our semifinals.
So leading the way, the blue truck, that is Richard Kramer and Side Chick, and Josh Funk, the opposition, the young gun. Really, through all the qualifying, this afternoon's racing, and what I've seen today, these may be the two fastest. This is going to be a heck of a race. It should be.
This is going to be a great race, Scott. We're going to find out. We're going to line them up side by side. And we'll advance to our finals. Here we go. Final turn.
Wow. By about a truck length, Side Chick and Richard Kramer's going into the final round. What a great race.
That was a great race, Scott, and we have one more matchup before we get to the finals. Hitchhiker's Ride taking on FLIPSIDE. Another Jeep and a Ford Ranger matchup. Hitchhiker's Ride is driven by Matt Boyer, and then FLIPSIDE is driven by David Pilichowski. Who is it going to be? Problems for FLIPSIDE. Hitchhiker's Ride just got to hold on, Scott.
Problems for sure for FLIPSIDE. The Hitchhiker's Ride looked like he was shot out of a cannon off the line. So there's going to be another great race in the final. Hitchhiker's Ride is looking as good as he has looked the entire day. That was a quick run. Gonna be an outstanding final matchup.
Hitchhiker's Ride inside check, Mr. Douglas. That is who's going to be in our racing final for the Renegade Road Rippers. While we have a quick moment, race fans, I want to talk about some of our sponsors here on the Renegade Monster Truck Tour. I want to thank again Car Wrecks Collision Center. And also thank Secure Storage and Towing LLC out of Marietta, Ohio for all your towing and recovery needs. Make sure you give them a call today. And the Comfort Suites, the official hotel of the Renegade Monster Truck Tour. And Bill's Auto Salvage and DMG Auto Salvage as well, auto repair. Thank you guys very much. But it's now time for our finals. They're lined up side by side, Scott.
Here we go. And the final is underway. Side chick just about a little bit behind Hitchhiker's Ride. Well, Hitchhiker's Ride has really been picking them up and putting them down during tonight's event. And will take the lead to the final turn. What a great run. Maybe his best of the entire day.
You're right. Here's your winner. Hitchhiker's Ride. So I got a word. I think our friend's coming back tonight with some.
Marietta, are you ready for Renegade Monster Truck Freestyle? We're off to a great start. Make some noise for Leon Hostetter and Master of Disaster. Scores from the judges, a total of 12 out of a possible 20. Again, two judges, two professional judges, each scoring 1 through 10. In that case, they both gave Leon a 6, and it's a total of 12. Are you ready for more freestyle?
up for Rick Steffens in Samson. Scores have come in from our judges. One gave us 7, one gave us 6, a total of 13. Your new leader is Rick Steffens in Samson. But Marietta, we still have more trucks. Do you want more freestyle? Raise those checker flags in the air. Here comes the 18-year-old Colton Kaiser. You're pretty wicked. Looks like he's looking for the camper. Make some noise!
Great run from an 18-year-old. He just got a huge future ahead of him. Make some noise for Colton Kaiser and Pretty Wicked. All right, again, 2 judges scoring. One gave him an 8, one gave him a 7. You add those together, it's 15, and that means your new leader is Pretty Wicked and Colton Kaiser. together again for Zane Ritu and Stinger Unleashed. The lead score was a 15. The score for Stinger Unleashed is a 17. Your new leader is Zane Ritu and Stinger Unleashed. What do you think, Marietta, as he comes by you? Get up, give him a big wave and a big cheer. Your new leader, Zane Ritu, Stinger Unleashed.
The score to take over is a 17. There he is, Marietta.
What a run, and that's deserving of taking the lead. Zane Ritu, Stinger Unleashed, but we're not done.
We're not done, fans. Do you want more freestyle? That's going to end his run. Give it up for Joe Lockhart and barely tame. Scores have come in from our judges, and the score is going to be only a 14 for Joe Lockhart and barely tame. He did not finish his run. It was a great start to his run, but just didn't have enough. And, you know, Scott and I were talking about it. Zane Ritu, Scott, Zane and Stinger just had everything in that run.
Yeah, the thing that got Stinger Unleashed in the lead was all the different things that he gave you fans, from 2 rounds of the nose wheelies, walking it back and forth, to an incredible, that move where he walked over the orange cars on the back was done just almost perfectly.
And you don't see that in monster trucks anymore. Like, I feel like a couple people in the industry say no one appreciates a good wheelie anymore. It's the nose wheelies that people want to see, but those good wheelies earn you great scores and great points. And he's back over. Give it up for Joe Lockhart and barely tame. These drivers came out to make sure you got an awesome event here tonight. And Scott, we're not done.
We are not done. More freestyle coming up. But can anybody outdo Stinger Unleashed, your leader? That top score, though, is a 17. That means there's still a cup. Actually, to be, you know, my math isn't the best, but there's still 3 points on the board if somebody can outdo it, but that's going to take one heck of a run.
And I'm putting this together right now. We could have a tie for the overall.
Wow.
If Quad Chaos comes out and wins, it will be tied between Zane and Stinger Unleashed and Quad Chaos, Jerry Beck. We can have a tie for the overall here.
That's what's on the line.
And then it comes down to the judges in the end, whose freestyle room is better, and we crown our overall in the end that way. We could have a crazy one.
Let him hear as he's going off the track. What a wild run from Barely Tame and Joe Lockhart. And it all comes down to this.
Let's get our one Renegade Monster Truck out here to the track. What a night! What a night! And I gotta give it up, Scott. Give it the honors. Who's our overall event champion? I'm putting it at that man right there. There he is, right there.
The overall event champion tonight, Zane Ratu and Stinger Unleashed. What a night. Zane, come over here. Come over here real quick. Man, what a night. First things first. Man, you said these people were going to get a show tonight, and every one of these drivers turned it on. That was an awesome freestyle, but man, those nose wheelies you put on there, everybody on their feet, congratulations.
You know what, Marietta, I can't thank you guys enough. It is easy to look awesome at what we do when we care so much about what we do. Scott, we grew up watching you on TV, man, and now you're here hosting our events. Every single person in the backstage there thrashed all afternoon to get those trucks ready for you guys. Everybody did it with a smile on their face. There is nothing any of us love more than monster trucks and this brand of Renegade Monster Truck Tour. Follow us on social media, follow us on our schedule. It's only going up from here. Thank you for giving us a chance tonight, and we would love to see you guys back next year.
One more time, your champion, Zane Ratu, Stinger Unleashed.
What a night it has been here in Marietta. A quick look at the overall event points as we wrap things up. Stinger Unleashed wins it all by 5 points, which is interesting because he went into the freestyle competition with a 5-point deficit just behind Joe Lockhart in Barely Tame. Zane literally turned the tables on him. The ATI Performance Products Stinger Unleashed winning by 5 points over the Schroeder Torsion Bars. Barely Tame, then it's Quad Chaos, Pretty Wicked, Samson, and Master of Disaster rounding out the field of an awesome evening of action here in Marietta, Ohio. The Renegade Monster Truck Tour crew and the Ratu Motorsports crew working hard to churn out these live events week in and week out. You got to see this live. If you're looking for tickets and info, visit us on Facebook at Renegade Monster Truck Tour or RenegadeMTTour.com for all your Renegade Monster Truck Tour needs. We have had an awesome weekend here. For Matt Isbell, Scott Douglas, and the entire Renegade Monster Truck crew, I'm Nick Davis. We will see you next time from West Virginia.